Have you ever thought about how you know what's going on off screen? Let's talk film. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren, film student extraordinaire, and today we're going to be talking about sound and how it influenced the off-screen space, specifically focusing on the film M as our case study.
Du hast aber einen schönen Ball.
When sound was introduced to film, it really altered the art of storytelling and expanded the world of the film from what you can see on the frame and beyond. Sound appeared in 1928 with The Jazz Singer, but it wasn't until 1931 in M where sound really began to explore the off-screen space, and it became apparent to filmmakers and audiences what potential was actually out there waiting to be tapped into. M is a German thriller about a serial killer who hunts children. And that might sound like, well, who would want to watch a movie like that? But it's really a fascinating film, and if you get the opportunity to watch it, I highly recommend it. I will try not to have any spoilers in this little video, but I will just be talking about how the use of sound in the film really just like opened the minds and eyes of the people watching. So it was Fritz Lang's first sound film, and for his first sound film, it included a very complex soundtrack for the time. The film includes a narrator, sounds motivating action, suspenseful music, noise building up before brief silence, and of course the sound in the off-screen. This is a huge difference compared to the talkies that were going on, which really would only have sound of someone actually talking to the camera. So that got, like, this audience was still excited about that. But if you think about it, if you're just used to seeing someone just talking, then when all of a sudden you start hearing all these other types of sounds, it was really revolutionary. Those off-screen sounds in particular were the ones that widened the film world. This is because, maybe obviously, it proved that there was something existing beyond what you could see. And although of course we know this in real life, that from what we can see, we know there's stuff beyond, but to audiences used to seeing everything they need in the story, to suddenly realize there was information they were getting from beyond the frame was really, really huge. I think also something to note is when you have sound, you also have silence, and that contrast can be very poignant, as well as sound can fill a space that if it was just empty and silent, the audience would be bored. One of the things that M does so well is when there's sometimes noise going on, you see empty rooms, empty halls, empty houses, and you realize that there's these sounds coming, but they're not from where maybe the children are supposed to be, and this helps to build up the sense of dread and suspense.
Elsie! 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 Elsie!
Along with the whole dread and suspense thing, I think the biggest thing M is known for is the signature whistle of the serial killer as he approaches his victims. And this helps the audience know that even though they cannot see him, they can hear him coming, and it takes a bit into the film for you to even know who exactly the serial killer is. So it's not like you could suddenly see him and go, oh, there we are. But when you hear the sound coming, you're instantly on edge. The film used something called a leitmotif, which they took from opera. And this is when a character has a signature tune, which, as you now think of, pretty much every film seems to use. I think a great example right off the bat would be Star Wars, Darth Vader's theme. You immediately know what's up. But this was the first film that did that. In this film, that motif was in the Hall of the Mountain King, which the part where he's kind of going insane. For obvious reasons, as this man is a serial killer, so it's, makes sense that he'd have kind of wonky music. I really just think that the way that they show someone is coming through sound and the way that they broaden the space is just really interesting, and I just really want to take just a few minutes, obviously this video is shorter than most of mine, just to talk about that because I just think it's cool. If you learned something, please give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, literally anything, and I will see you next time, so be sure to subscribe because this is Film Friday. Bye!